Whenever I talk about finances with people, I find that there's three different levels. Level one, people have no budget at all, and these are the people that have no real concept of money, so they just kind of spend as they go. And whenever you talk finances with them, they don't really get that stress just because they haven't realized how ridiculously important personal finance is for your success in life. Then there's the level two people, and these people do get very stressed when discussing money, but that's because they don't have full control over their finances yet, but they know it's very important. These people practice sort of guesswork budgeting where they estimate a certain amount of money that they can spend every month and they limit themselves and are very conservative with their money, but they haven't reached full-on control yet. Finally, we have level 3 gurus, and these people budget strictly so that they know where every single dollar that they have is going towards. And instead of stressing, these people love to talk about money and budgeting strategies and things of that nature. They've seen the light, and it's very hard to regress back to level 2 once you're initiated into level 3. Hello everyone, my name is Frank. I am a medical school applicant at the moment, and I love all things personal finance / productivity related. And the entire focus of this video is to get you guys from like the level 1 or level 2 categories, which I have been a part of in different parts of my life, all the way up to the level 3 Zen mode, right? Budgeting is one of the most important things you can do in life to have personal finance success. Let's talk about some of the struggles with budgeting, because there's a lot of different options out there. So let me share with you guys why I had such a hard time getting up to level 3. Even though there's a lot of different options out there, I find that there's two main reasons why people don't actually stick to things and are consistent with them. Number one is that they're too manual and time consuming. This includes things like Excel spreadsheets or like a physical workbook that you'll have to like write down all your expenses into every single like week or something to keep track with it. I find those to be way too time consuming, and it's just not efficient for me to do it when I have other things to do. Like, we live in the 21st century, there's way better options for things that are more automated. But on that same note, the second reason why people don't stick to things is that they're too automated. And that's a problem because you want to be part of this budgeting process. You don't want some program to sort of arrange your life for you and make it all automatic, because then you have no say in it, so you lack the control of your finances in that method, if that makes sense. So the idea then is you don't want something that's too manual and time consuming, but you also don't want the whole process to be automatic and taken care of for you. You want to be invested in the process. And for me, there's no better tool for this than YNAB, which stands for You Need a Budget. YNAB has been a complete game changer in my life, 1000% worth it, and my favorite budgeting tool, hands down. If you watch this entire video, you're going to see some of my favorite features of YNAB and how it can help you pay down debt, have more control over your financial life, and sort of become this hub for all of your like financial accounts. And if you guys wouldn't mind hitting that like button for the YouTube algorithm, I would very much appreciate it. Anyway, let's get started. To get started, let's talk about how YNAB can become a control center for your financial life. And this really addresses one of the main problems with more manual and traditional methods of budgeting, like having a workbook, where, for example, I have
5 different credit cards, 2 different debit cards, 2 different savings accounts, a retirement account, and 2 different brokerages.
So keeping track of all of that inside of some sort of workbook or Excel document is a huge pain in the A, right? And this is where YNAB comes in, because you can actually link up all of these accounts into like the main control center of YNAB, and they will automatically download or import, I should say import, all of the different transactions that happen in each of those accounts. And so you have this giant control center where you can like oversee all of your accounts in one place, makes it super convenient. And if you're particularly untrustworthy of services like this, you can actually make the whole thing manual. But like I said, I just link everything up, and I have this amazingly beautiful control center where I can oversee everything that is going on with my financial life. Okay, so this is YNAB. I'm gonna block out my email up here, and you have budgeting, you have reports, you have accounts. Like I said, you can link your accounts. So for example, we're gonna go to add account, and then we can add linked or unlinked. Linked actually imports all the information, like I said, makes this kind of like semi-automatic, and then unlinked is like an account that is not actually directly linked to your account, so it's not automatic, it's more of a manual process. So we're gonna do unlinked for now, and then we can add any kind of account we want. We can do assets, liabilities, credit cards, cash, savings, checking. We're gonna do a credit card, call the credit card something. We're gonna do credit card, oh no, credit card, number 2, since we already have credit card number 1 over there. And we're going to say our account balance is 0. We paid off our credit card and we have no debt. Awesome. And now we see credit card number 2 over here, and we can move it around as we wish. The other thing about YNAB is that you can organize everything very, very well. You can separate your accounts into your budget accounts and into your tracking accounts. So budgeting accounts, more like debit cards, credit cards, that kind of thing. And then tracking, things like your mortgage, maybe your emergency funds. So I'm gonna show you guys in the computer now what it looks like. So we can separate our accounts, like I said, into budget and tracking. And this is super neat because it shows you our total balance of all of these different accounts in those 2 categories up top. So for example, for the budget, we have $1,500 in our debit card. So it shows us up here that we have $1,500. For tracking, we still owe some money on our house, but we do have some money in a Roth IRA and an emergency fund. So it shows us like that total account for the tracking category. Outside of that, you can further categorize things like in this budget button up here into different groups. So for example, we have immediate obligations, and then under immediate obligations, we have a bunch of different things. And we can change the name of this, for example, monthly expenses or something like that. Click OK, and then we can change this to monthly expenses and have everything under it organized. We can delete these, we can move them around. It's very handy for if you want to completely customize your budget. Mine doesn't actually look like this. Like I said, this is a mock budget, and I did change up a bunch of these pre-made categories that YNAB has. My next favorite feature is that YNAB has different goal types. And this is cool because your expenses are not all the same. There are some things that you have to pay each and every month. And then there are other things that you pay maybe like once a year. Like an Amazon Prime subscription is something you would only pay once a year. So in YNAB, the 3 different goal types, if we go to internet, for example, we go to create internet goal, we have needed for spending, total savings balance, and monthly savings building. For example, if your internet bill is like, random number, $50 every month, we go to the needed for spending, and this is money that is spent each and every month. So say $50 at the end of the month. You can change this if you want. Save goal, and now it tells us, hey, we need $50 by the end of the month, or you're not gonna have internet for the rest of the month. The other goal type, let's go to water, is target savings balance. So this is more for like an emergency fund. If you want your emergency fund to be like, let's say $5,000 by whatever, let's say no date, and we save this goal, it means now that we want to fill up the water thing until we have $5,000 in here. And if we, for example, spend some of that $5,000, YNAB will let us know, hey, you just spent a few of these $5,000. You have to fill this back up to hit that $5,000 goal. I find this is perfect for something like an emergency fund where I want to maintain a certain funding limit on something. Then the final one is monthly savings builder. And for this one, generally what it is that, for example, for a vacation fund, or I actually use this one for clothing since I don't buy clothing every month. This is for something that you just want to like put money into every single month without a general goal. So maybe I want to put $40 into clothing every single month, and just then a few months down the line go on a shopping spree. And this is perfect for that scenario. All of this adds up to like the main shtick of YNAB, which is a zero-based budgeting system. And in this system, basically what it means is that every single time you get a paycheck, you have to assign every single dollar you have on that paycheck a specific job. And this makes you very, very aware of where your money is going, because you literally have to give every single dollar a job from your paycheck. So let's see how that looks like. Okay, so in our debit card, we have $1,500. We go to our budget, and then up here we see $1,500. From here, we have to assign our money. So for example, we said the internet bill was $50. So we do 50 here, and you see this number goes down just a little bit, right? We have to get this number all the way to 0. We have to assign every dollar a job, and that's what makes YNAB great, because it makes you very conscious of where your money's going and what categories you haven't budgeted yet for. So rent mortgage, for whatever reason, is $40, so $40 there. And groceries, $500, okay. there anything else? No. Let's give the dog $910 for the month. And now we've reached $0. That's exactly where we want to be. We've assigned every single dollar we have a specific task, and we know exactly where our money is going. Finally, the last game-changing feature of YNAB is that it gives you active reports on everything that you're doing. So it gives you a report on your net worth, so you can literally track how in debt or how not in debt you are. It gives you a report on your spending habits and spending trends, so you can see what categories in your budget you might be going a little bit overboard with every single month. And it gives you a literal income and expenses report. Anyways, I would share the report category on the mock budget that I made, but it doesn't have enough data to make a significant dent on the report.
And I'm not comfortable enough sharing my own personal net worth report.
So I'm gonna share someone's from the internet that they posted on the subreddit for YNAB, which is amazing if you guys are willing to go check it out. This is a report by the user Banana Bongos on the subreddit for YNAB, where they show like their net worth being tracked. And congratulations to Banana Bongos, they have finally achieved worthlessness, which is a trending joke on the subreddit, which means whenever your debts equal your assets and you basically are worth like $0, you are officially worthless. And I think it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, you can see how you can track your net worth, and there are also other reports for tracking your spending habits, which are very, very useful in seeing where exactly your money is leaking into. So that's the last of my favorite features from YNAB. I hope I've been able to spark your interest in using it, or at least trying out budgeting in general. It's made a huge difference for me, going from level 1 to level 2 to then level 3 in using YNAB, and I hope you go on that journey as well, because it's completely life-changing, and it gives you so much control over your financial life that it's insane. There's no going back. Also, if you guys want a tutorial for how to use YNAB, because I know it can be a little bit tricky when you're getting started, I strongly recommend Nick True's beginner YNAB tutorial, which I will link in the description below. It is what I used when I first began using YNAB. And that's it. Make sure to give this video a quick like button for the YouTube algorithm. And if you go watch Nick's video, like that video as well. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I will see you next time. Bye.